Hi, Felix here. Since you subscribe to my videos, I assume that you have made up your mind to take control of your life and agree that remote jobs give you the opportunity to do just that. In order to secure that dream job, you need to first make sure you have what it takes to impress. You need to understand what hirers are seeking in their remote workers and work towards owning all of those attributes. There are 5 main attributes that hirers are looking for when they source for remote talents. It is in your best interest to embody these characteristics and start tuning yourself towards excelling in them, so that these hirers will have no reason to pass on your application. More importantly, these are soft skills you will require once you transition into a remote career, so get started today. Number 1, be a great communicator. Imagine a typical day in your office. You get a laugh chit-chatting with the guys at work. You have some serious and productive time brainstorming about your next big idea, and then you help the intern figure out her direction in life. Surely enough to show that you have great communication skills, right? Now, think back again. How many of these conversations are actually started by you? A major chunk of our workplace communication daily falls under passive engagement, which is when you respond to someone or something. That will not work in a remote setting where the external stimuli for conversations are close to none. Instead, you need to start communicating proactively. Willingly offer updates, seek out your colleagues for collaborative tasks, and generally make your presence felt. These micro communications show that your head is in the game and that you are both willing and ready for the day ahead. Number 2, be focused. There are much more distractions in a remote setting, and you will need a high level of focus to remain productive. Unlike a physical setting where employers could see that you are physically present, a remote setting requires them to trust you fully that you are producing what you should while off on your own. There will be no supervisory figure to bring you back on track every time you stray from the task at hand. And while you can't deny that distractions are everywhere in your home office, show your determination to focus by letting your would-be employers know how you plan to keep out these distractions. An effective way to showcase this is by setting up a quiet space and taking them through it. Have a door you can shut if the outside gets too noisy. Let the hirers know that you have thought ahead and you're committed to productivity. Number 3, be accountable. In a remote setting, you have to be comfortable owning your tasks. This is because when you're working remotely, managers are not around to see what you are doing and offer advice or guidance along the way. The fact that they are out of reach means that you could be heading down a blind alley for a project. With no one to cross-check you, being a remote worker, you have to be transparent about any queries you might have about a task at hand, so that someone can work with you to sort it out before it gets too far. Always share your project status. In order for timely course correction, pride has no place in this environment. Number 4, be timely. One of the first questions the remote hirer will ask is, how will you manage your time? There are 2 objectives to this question that you will have to answer. Firstly, the hirer is making sure that you can meet deadlines. You will need to be able to work without a hawk watching over you. Once you can assure them that you can deliver what you promise, you will then gain the trust to be able to customize your own schedule. Secondly, the hirer is ensuring that you will be available during working hours. Not all time is equal to a remote worker, and you have to be careful not to let the freedom and flexibility of your schedule blind you to the importance of being online and present when you should be. Number 5, be resourceful. In the office, you will always have that senior that seems to know more than everyone else, and he is the go-to person for any questions you might have. At home, you have such a guy too. His name is Google. Working remotely, separate from your colleagues, you need to find out where to get answers from, so as to avoid bottlenecks, since there is no one you can reach out to within arm's length. You have to be resourceful, and you have to be able to seek out quick and clever ways to overcome difficulty. Most importantly, you have to learn to do this without disturbing or distracting your co-workers through constant calls or emails. The above 5 traits will make you an extremely desirable candidate for remote hirers, which then gives you that much more targets to hunt. Start practicing these skills in your work, and you will find the transition into a remote role much easier. If you would like more tips and advice from me, click on the link below to join our tribe, where you and your peers can discuss the points above and value add each other in your pursuit of a remote career. Of course, I will also be sharing more day-to-day tips to bring you towards success. I'll see you inside.